Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The Black Ops 6 hype train is going full steam ahead, right? Really, ever since we first got our official reveals a few weeks back in regards to the game, there's been a lot to talk about, a lot of excitement, a few red flags, and a bit of concern here and there. But overall, the potential is absolutely there for Black Ops 6. But today I wanted to have a bit of maybe a harsh conversation. You could partially view it as that, I would say, but it's just how dangerous that potential is for Black Ops 6, because certain things, certain elements with this game do have that hype train going full steam ahead. However, the Call of Duty community seems to just not want to be satisfied, or in some cases I think maybe just not want to be happy. I think a lot of the COD community really just likes to complain, and that's fine if that's what you're about. But with Black Ops 6, there is so much going into this game, there is so much riding on this game, that in a sense, even if this game is fantastic in so many different areas, maybe the multiplayer gameplay is just awesome, maybe zombies is a true return to classic round-based zombies and the story is very fun, maybe the campaign is one of the best storytelling things that we've had in COD in years, at the end of the day, Black Ops 6 has so much ammo to be used against it, and the bar is about to be set so high for this game that if it is anything but perfect, I think in the eyes of a lot of players, it's going to be written off as, well, that kind of flopped. And I wanted to sort of discuss that more in detail today. Because like I said, I feel like Black Ops 6 has about as much potential as any COD that we've ever seen. Some of you are going to say, well, we say that every year. And in theory, most years should be that argument. Every year should be a growth. Every year should be progression based off of the last COD. It should be linear like that if they're actively taking notes on what works well and implementing that into the next game and always trying to improve. Obviously, you know, going back and looking at Call of Duty as a franchise, that's not been a linear thing. Some years we grow tremendously and the game becomes way better, then the next year it falls back down. We've seen this happen time and time again. You know, MW 2019 peaked, Cold War dropped down maybe a little bit, Vanguard really fell down, MW2 peaked at first and then fell off way hard, then MW3 brought us back. So it is more of a roller coaster than it is linear, but when you're looking at Black Ops 6 just objectively, everything about this game screams, hey, I have the potential to be the best COD yet. First and foremost, the longest dev time of any Call of Duty to date. 4 years of full dev time. Treyarch has had ample opportunity to refine pretty much everything about this game, plus it being built on the same engine as the past few CODs. The sort of updated engine that we're on now means that they don't have to start from, you know, level 1 or level 0 in their development process. Yes, they had to take time to learn this engine as opposed to the one that they've been working on beforehand, but instead of having to redo everything and work on the similar mechanics that are in Warzone or Modern Warfare for the past couple of years that are well received and they want to carry forward, it's being able to build off of those instead of reworking them. So that seamlessness is there. It's a smoother process, at least from the outside looking in. I'm very ignorant to game dev and I'll never say anything otherwise, but in theory, this should provide for a somewhat easier dev design system in some cases. I'm sure there's hiccups because that's just game dev, but in theory, this should be a smoother dev cycle, and having that additional year, that 4-year dev time this time around, means there's going to naturally be a greater expectation. And I think that's valid. Also, this is Call of Duty we're talking about, right? This is a premium franchise, one of the largest franchises in the world. They need to be held to a certain standard year over year in terms of the quality of games they're putting out. And I think it's fair to say that several games in recent years have not met that standard for one reason or another. But all that given, you know, to Black Ops 6 here with the dev time, the engine, everything going into this, all the reveals and announcements that we've seen so far, that bar is probably being set at a somewhat unrealistic standard, but also it's being set high for a reason at the same time. There's some gimme to each, you know, side of that argument there. But that bar is going to be set so high that the COD community probably is going to find a way to tear it down in some way, shape, or form. Like I said, there's a large portion of the COD community that is just not happy. We ask for new maps. The games introduce new maps. We say, hey, these maps suck. Give us the old maps. They remaster some maps and it's, hey, what happened to the new content? This is all reused and recycled. So lazy, right? Like there's never any winning from Call of Duty's side of things. And that bar being set so high and the expectations being so great for Black Ops 6 could result in a lot of disappointment for a lot of players who probably go in expecting a little too much. Like I said earlier, if this game isn't perfect, that, hey, they had 4 years of dev time is going to be tossed at them like crazy. You had the longest time ever to make this game for any COD, yet how come game A from Call of Duty or game B from Call of Duty performed better? Like, let's take MW3, for example. It had, what, 16 months of dev time, which is cut in half from usual. 4 years for Black Ops 6. If there's things that MW3 did really well that Black Ops 6 can't sort of match to a certain extent or exceed to a certain extent, that's going to be used as ammo against them, absolutely. And again, I think some of that could be justified. It's a matter of, what it is exactly, but there could be some valid arguments there. There also could be some overreactions there, I feel like, as well. Unfortunately, this is going to be a reoccurring theme until the end of time, I feel like, but even if Black Ops 6 has the smoothest movement in Call of Duty history or the best gunplay and audio design and whatever the case may be, if the servers in this game are anything like they've been in recent years, those are going to overshadow pretty much all the positives. If SBMM is cranked to the max, which I have to imagine it will, especially considering all the new movement updates and the potential for a higher skill gap, good players are going to feel it be even sweatier. That's going to be used as ammo. The anti-cheat and the cheating situation, if that's not somewhat attacked in a better way than it has been in recent years, that's going to overshadow all the positive updates. So as good as the core gameplay could be, the overwhelming factors of bad servers, strict skill-based, a terrible anti-cheat, things that really are out of control for Treyarch, the true game developers here, that sucks for them because they're going to get blamed for that. But really, those are Activision decisions. Those are Activision, responsibilities being listed there. And ultimately, they do overwhelm and overshadow things that are awesome about the games. Even now, with MW3 support and all that, yeah, this game has seen a lot of really cool updates, but it also is plagued by bad servers and a bad anti-cheat and really rough skill base that do limit what you're able to do with this game and how much enjoyment you're maybe able to get out of it, despite the fact that Sledgehammer, or for Black Ops 6, Treyarch, are doing all they can to make the absolute best gameplay loop they can. Another thing that could sort of backfire for Black Ops 6, kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about earlier with the expectations of MW3, it being a sort of on-the-fly Call of Duty 16-month dev time as opposed to 4 years, MW3's post-launch content system may be the best we've ever seen in Call of Duty. From season to season, the amount of content, new maps, really cool updates that MW3's had, it's been consistent as well every single season. If Black Ops 6 isn't sort of exceeding that or matching that, gonna be used as ammo as well. So Black Ops 6, all the potential in the world, but I also feel like this game is kind of built to fail or set up to fail because it's going to be sort of analyzed. It's going to be picked apart. It's going to be dissected so harshly, I feel like, because of its just insane potential that we're just going to be hunting for something to say is not okay about this game. And like, yeah, the gameplay is not going to be for everyone. Certain players will not like the feel of the guns or the feel of the movement or the maps or whatever. And that's natural for any game. Nothing is going to ever 100% please everyone. But man, I just feel like with the expectation of Black Ops 6 and all the things surrounding it, it's going to be really interesting to see the reaction if this game does not meet those standards and meet those expectations. Personally though, I'm pretty optimistic. I think this game is going to be very fun based off of what we've seen so far, and I cannot wait to get hands-on with the beta and then ultimately full launch later on this year. But an interesting subject for sure. I've seen some comments about this recently, so I wanted to maybe go in a little bit more in detail with this within a commentary. But if you guys enjoyed the video, a like rating is always really appreciated. And if you're new here, you want to guarantee that every single day you're up to date with everything going on in COD. Obviously, a lot of exciting stuff coming up with Black Ops 6 in the future you won't want to miss. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.